of stuff in here.
Sir. Yeah.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to our council meeting. I want to apologize for the late start. We had a very lengthy pre-meeting with an audit and some other visitors and speakers to our pre-meeting, so I apologize for getting a little bit late. I want to call our meeting to order. I'll ask everybody to stand so we can go into our prayer. And right from the invocation, we'll go into the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag of the United States of America. Indivisible. Mr. Higginbotham, call roll, please.
Councilman Roberts,
Here.
President Logan,
Here.
Councilman Hinton,
Here.
Councilman Davis,
Here.
Councilman Hogg. You have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you. Under presentations, we have two formal presentations. The first one will be our 2017 audit. It will be given by Lawrence Hitt and Pugh, more specifically Mr. Mac Hitt.
Council, Ms. Mayor, we've completed our audit in the pre-meeting. Everything went well. We had no findings, no material weaknesses to bring before the council. You have an unqualified opinion, which is what you want. That means there's no issues. The city is on a solid financial position. Your unrestricted cash went up this year, and there's no new debt, which that's a great combination. You have the audit report. It's 88 pages full of numbers and narrative. Won't try to go through that tonight, but like I said, we had no findings. Everybody was great to work with, Bruce, April, and the whole staff. Like I said, we didn't have any findings to bring before the council. Everything went well, and again, you're on a solid financial position. And for a municipality these days, that's a good position to be in. So happy to answer if you had time to review everything, to answer any questions anybody might have. But again, it's a good audit, clean opinion, and you're in a solid financial situation position.
I think that's wonderful. And Mayor, I'll start with you. I didn't know if you had anything to add to Mr. Mack's report.
Nothing other than I
I appreciate what you've done. I know it's taken a while to do it, and you just kind of came in brand new this time, and I really appreciate it. And appreciate how the staff and you have worked together and put this for us what is going on and how we are financially. Appreciate you and them.
Thank you, appreciate that.
I think it's a lot to be said that the city, our size, has got an increase in unrestricted cash, no new debt for the previous year.
Right.
So let me just say it again, no new debt. So everybody wants a political plank. That's one you can't use. So there it is. That's my 2 cents. I don't know if anybody else wanted to report or give a comment regarding the audit. All right, Mac, one more question. If members of the public wanted to get a copy of this 88-page Insomniac book, if somebody really wants to use it and read it, I guess we would just allow you to work through Mr. Higginbotham's office. And so
Yes,
since
just
us being the client,
yeah,
that,
just contact our office. We can do it electronic file or a hard copy, but we don't give out any information without the client's authorization. So Bruce can just contact us and we'll provide whatever's needed.
now that's not to say it's a document you can't get. So I don't want anybody to leave here thinking you can't get it. It's just
Sure.
we're clients of Lawrence and Hitt. So if somebody, member of the public wants it, you can easily contact
Just
city
come through the
administrator's
city
office.
And then we'll provide whoever wants one.
Thank you.
Good to hear cash up, debt down, so appreciate you looking into that.
Thank you, Mac.
Okay.
Our next presentation is Dr. Lucy Roberts and Ms. Ann Holly with T-SNP.
Hi, thank you for hearing me. I'm Lucy Roberts. I'm a veterinarian. I came to represent T-SNP, Tuscaloosa Spay-Neuter Incentive Program. We focus on controlling feral cat populations by trap-neuter return programs. So feral cats are territorial. They stay in the place they have found that has food, water, and shelter. So removing them and euthanizing them doesn't tend to work long-term. Usually a few months later you have new cats because there's still a food source, water source, and shelter. A lot of places have developed programs where you trap the cats, you spay or neuter them, you vaccinate them for rabies, and you crop one of their ear tips flat so you can tell which cats are done, and you put them back. They're territorial, so they stay put. They use up the food and water, they take up the shelter. They tend to fight new cats that want to come in. So now you have stable cats instead of multiplying cats. Instead of having kittens every summer, cats breed in the summer, they can have 2 or 3 litters every summer per female. So usually if they're not fixed, you're having an explosion of kittens. You're having a lot of sickly cats. You're having cats fighting and howling and making a lot of noise neighbors don't like. If you get them fixed, they stay put. They're suddenly much better neighbors. They don't breed. They're not fighting. They're not howling. They're not spraying. People don't notice them nearly as much because they're not out as much. And you're no longer euthanizing 20 cats from the same address 2 to 3 times a year. So we would like to partner with the city of Northport officially on using trap-neuter return to control feral cat colonies. We brought an ordinance, I see it's on the agenda later, that we are proposing that you consider for using in the city of Northport. We've been active in the Tuscaloosa County, both the city of Tuscaloosa, we've been active in the city of Northport before, as well as Tuscaloosa County. I brought data from our annual report when we started the stray cats brought into the Metro Animal Shelter. In 2014, animal control officers from all 3 areas went out to 406 addresses that year. They weren't collecting numbers for us yet on how many cats they brought in. 2015, they collected numbers on cats as well as addresses. They went to 350 addresses that year, brought in almost 700 cats. They brought in 698 cats. 2016 was 237 addresses, so still going down with us trapping, and 401 cats. 2017 was just 187 addresses, bringing in 274 cats. So the numbers of feral cats coming into the shelter is coming down as we've been doing this, as well as euthanasia rates going down. So euthanasia rates started out in the summer, peak breeding season. They were euthanizing easily 100 to 150 kittens each month in the summer. And cats hit double digits and triple digits in the summers. This last year, we did not break triple digits with cats. The highest euthanasia rate per month last year was actually 27 for cats. Kittens made it up to 84 in July. So we've brought the euthanasia rate way down as well. Having fewer feral cats come in is less work for your animal control officers as well. They don't spend as much time chasing feral cats and trapping feral cats. They can focus on other issues. Does anyone have questions?
Thank you, Doctor. I know we've got a proposed ordinance for a first reading tonight, so council, of course, will look at the first reading and then start looking at some information to kind of add to it or take away from the ordinance. So we will probably be in constant contact through Bruce's office and, of course, T-SNP. I didn't know if Jeff was here.
He is.
Oh, is Jeff here?
Thank you for reminding me. Dr. Jeff
Yeah,
Becker
Jeff,
is
you were in our
education-
pre-meeting, so I want to make sure we give you a couple minutes to kind of explain your outreach efforts with T-SNP.
Sure, thank you. I'm happy to be here. My name's Dr. Jeffrey Parker. I'm a psychology professor at the University of Alabama, and I represent a partnership between the University of Alabama and T-SNP and your community, as well as the county and the community and the city of Tuscaloosa. I have with me some of the students, if you guys will stand real quick. Just a handful of actually a couple of dozen students who work with youth in your community. And we do the educational outreach element of T-SNP's mission. So T-SNP has the mission of course, reducing the feral cat population. And to do that successfully, they trap and spay, neuter, and release animals. And you've just heard the success with which they're having that. And we support the education of that because a vital part of that mission is getting the word out about how that process works. There's a lot of misconceptions, as Dr. Roberts went over, a lot of misconceptions about what trap, neuter, spay, release does. A lot of folks worry about that, and part of our job, my job, is to handle the outreach and the education of communities. So these students and another 15 students like them every year, a different group of students, work with youth in your middle schools and your high schools, as well as those middle schools and high schools in Tuscaloosa, to do educational outreach in the community. And that involves everything from tabling events in local businesses and local pet stores, in which we have booths and we talk to, and the youth, young kids, 6th and 7th graders and 8th graders, talk to community members, to advocacy initiatives, for example, on passing legislation related to protecting animals in hot cars. We did one year, and another year we advanced some animal cruelty laws, to art projects, expressive projects. We've done mural work in your community. We've done art projects throughout in various elements of it. And in 1 year, just I think it was last year, Mayor Aaron supported our trap, neuter, spay, declared a week of trap, neuter, spay advocacy, as did Mayor Maddox on the Tuscaloosa side. So we had a week of events, art and community advocacy events. All of this work is done by these students who mentor younger youth, and a vital part of this educational outreach is actually teaching younger youth to serve their communities around this process. So kids learn a little bit about the biology and the mechanics of trap, neuter, spay, and they learn a lot about the education of and how this works in communities. And then they go out and through the mentorship of my students, they go out and advocate for this. It's an ongoing thing, and as part of the adoption of this resolution or this ordinance that you'll hear, you get this educational arm that comes along with T-SNP in their community. And we each year develop new projects, new outroads, new inroads into the community. So you'll find us everywhere. You'll find us in booths. You'll see these kids talking and approaching people, and that's what we do. And I'm happy to take any questions about that aspect of T-SNP as well.
I think you covered it, Jeff. And I did want to, I know Ms. Price is here, and I know. Hey, Ms. Price.
Hello, my name is Shelby Price. I am with the UA students, reaching out and trying to educate our society. But as a resident of Northport, I just wanted to say that I am in favor of this agenda, and I think it would be beneficial for my community.
All right, thank you. All right, item 5 is approval of our agenda. In our pre-meeting, we went over various items. So if there's a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Motion to approve.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Davis. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Motion carries.
New business 8A1 is a first reading of a permanent resolution accepting maintenance for municipal improvements at Lot 1EF Maxwell subdivision. That's 1030th Avenue. This is out of our engineering department. This is the Scott Bond Construction Company on 30th Avenue. It's a very pretty building. If you ever roll down 30th, where the old BAM exterminating is located, it's a brand new building. It's we are accepting the municipal improvements on that one. So I didn't know if anyone from engineer wanted to give a brief synopsis regarding it. If not, I'll offer that for a first reading on item 8A1. 8A2 has been deleted. 8A3 is a first reading of an ordinance amending Chapter 14 of the Municipal City Code pertaining to community cats. Again, Mr. Davis.
Yes, this is the proposed ordinance concerning T-SNP. It's first reading only.
All right. Is there a member of council wanted to offer that for a first reading?
I'll offer that.
That's offered up by Councilman Hogg. 8A4 is a first reading of an ordinance amending Chapter 14 of the Municipal Code pertaining to bees and beehives. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President, this again is first reading only.
All right. I know Councilman Roberts has been working closely with this one. Councilman, I know if you wanted to add something to that before we offer that up for first reading.
Just simply, I wanted to, the gentleman here from the Beekeepers Association, I'm going to take personal responsibility for not calling you guys on Friday after Ron sent me this email at 4:58 p.m. Friday afternoon. One of the things I want to make very clear is that just because we have a first reading does not mean we're going to have a second reading in 2 weeks. We discussed this in pre-meeting. We have every intention of engaging you gentlemen with respect to making sure the wording is correct, that we're all comfortable with this. And I would also, Ron, I'm not quite sure how you do this from an ordinance standpoint, but when we do have to make decisions, I don't know how we include seeking professional assistance in rectifying those areas. So we will not have a second reading in 2 weeks unless we miraculously get through this in 2 weeks.
All right. Charles Swan, Mr. Dowden, I think those guys, I think he summed it up. We're just going to work on the cake batter. How about that?
I'll offer that up for first
All right.
reading.
Offered up by Councilman Roberts. 8A5 is the first reading of an ordinance or resolution accepting maintenance for municipal improvements of sidewalks at Rosewood subdivision, phases 1 through 5. Mr. Higginbotham.
Yes, sir. As I stated earlier, this is strictly for the sidewalks. This is a situation where the neighborhood was originally started when sidewalks were built, as the homes were being constructed. The developer has completed the sidewalks, and it's before you now for a first reading.
Thank you. Is there a member of council wanting to offer that for a first reading?
I'll offer that.
It's offered up by Councilman Hogg. 8B1 is a resolution accepting the 2017 audit report. Mr. Higginbotham.
Yes, sir. You've heard the report from Mr. Hitt in pre-meeting and here in the council, so it's before you for your consideration now as a vote to accept. I have nothing further to add to the report.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to accept that 2017 audit report?
Make the motion, Mr. President.
That's a motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Again, job well done, I guess, to mayor, council, staff, all city employees just kind of watching our taxpayer dollars really closely, and it really showed in the audit. Very solid audit, as you say, Mr. Mack, and no new debt, so that's very good. So any further questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hinton?
Yes.
Councilman Hogg?
Yes.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Motion carries.
8B2 is a resolution awarding the bid for Union Chapel Road, State Road 69 utility improvements. Mr. Higginbotham.
Mr. President, this is an award for the utilities along State Route 69. This is, as you know, we're in the process of moving forward with relocating Union Chapel Road, removing one of the one of the traffic signals and realigning that particular roadway. If you're familiar with the area behind the gas station where it would come out between it and the Dollar General and line up with Union Chapel on the other side of 69 as it comes out of Northwood Lake. We took bids on utilities, water and sewer relocations, and the apparent low bidder was Dominion Construction Company. The bid amount was $404,922. We do recommend moving forward with this. As you do this, utilities will be relocated first. The next step from there will be a bid for the road relocation, which should come in a matter of a couple of months after that. So it is moving forward.
Okay. And again, this is through the County Road Improvement Commission. All city funds will be reimbursed.
Yes, it is an 80-20 match. ALDOT's paying 80% of the funding, with our 20% getting reimbursed by the Tuscaloosa County Road Improvement Commission.
All right, is there a motion to approve that resolution?
Make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Hogg? Hinton, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilman Hogg?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Third item is a resolution authorizing the renewal of an agreement with River Tree Systems. Mr. Higginbotham.
Yes, sir. River Tree is an outside agency that we use, or an outside company that we use to audit perform our out-of-town audits. It's a 3-year contract that you will be entering into. We have been using River Tree in the past.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve that resolution authorizing the renewal of an agreement with River Tree Systems. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilman Hogg?
Yes.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
Councilman Hinton?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 4 is a resolution authorizing our city administrator's office to enter into an agreement with the West Alabama Regional Commission for GIS services. Mr. Higginbotham.
Mr. President, we are requesting this due to the fact that we currently do not have a GIS employee on staff. We have discussed this with the West Alabama Regional Commission. They are in a position that they can provide these services on a contract basis, billed to the city at an hourly rate of $60 an hour. The way the contract is written is it specifies a maximum number of hours in a month at 60. We do not anticipate using 60 hours a month necessarily, but we did want to put a ceiling on it for your consideration in this contract. But basically, it'd be a few hours a month that we would be able to utilize their services on call.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to approve that resolution?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Roberts. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Davis. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilman Hinton?
Yes.
Councilman Hogg?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 5 is a resolution declaring certain items as surplus and authorizing the proper disposal from the Shirley House. Ms. Starnes.
Yes, sir. This is some items that just reached their useful life. Dishwasher, sink, oven, microwave, and some kitchen utensils.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve that resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilman Hinton?
Yes.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Hogg?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 6 is a resolution authorizing our city administrator's office to enter into an agreement with McGiffin and Associates for engineering services pertaining to a sewer line extension on Robert Cardinal Airport Road. Mr. Higginbotham.
Yes, sir. This pertains to the line that is currently located on Robert Cardinal. This project would extend that line from Robert Cardinal underneath the KCS Railroad and the right-of-way there. Basically, what you'd be doing here is entering into an agreement that would allow them to design and get that relocation to a permitting stage with KCS.
All right, thank you. I'll make a motion to approve that resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 7 is a resolution authorizing our city administrator's office to enter into an agreement with the Kansas City Southern Railroad pertaining to construction work in the railroad right-of-way. Mr. Higginbotham.
Yes, sir. This is the permit associated with item 6 that you just approved. This would allow the administrator